Yo, Falcons Brotherhood. Stop what you're doing, this is about to get wild. The 2025 NFL Draft just wrapped, and Atlanta's sitting on a treasure chest of possibilities that could change everything. We're talking undrafted free agents who might be the next big thing, and oh boy, there's a spicy draft day scandal brewing that's got the whole league buzzing. You're not gonna believe what went down, stick with me, and let's unpack this roller coaster. By the end, you'll be racing to the comments to tell me, who's the next Falcons star, and what's your take on this drama? Let's dive in, but first, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, don't wait. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Only 1% of viewers actually subscribe, let's change that. A small action that makes a huge difference. The undrafted gold rush, Fontenot's big bet. First up, let's talk draft aftermath, because the real action's just getting started. Falcons GM Terry Fontenot's out here calling undrafted free agency the 8th round, and he's not messing around. Atlanta grabbed 5 players in the 2025 draft, solid picks, sure, but Fontenot's got his eyes on the hidden gems left behind. There's gonna be good players there after the draft, he said, and you can feel the hunger in his voice. This year's class is deep, thanks to COVID-era eligibility extensions that kept college studs on the field longer. Translation? The undrafted pool's a gold mine, and Atlanta's ready to dig. Think about it, last year, we signed 10 undrafted free agents. None cracked the 53-man roster, but that's not the point. Look at Ryan Newsel, a 2021 undrafted pickup who's now our starting center. Or Kurt Warner, undrafted in '94, Hall of Famer by '98. Fontenot knows these guys can be game changers. Picture a linebacker from a small school, flying under the radar, who lands in Atlanta and starts wrecking QBs like Aaron Ebiketie. Or a speedy wideout who gives Michael Penix Jr. a new toy, stretching defenses like Julio Jones in his prime. Who's out there? Maybe a bruising running back from Boise State or a corner from UCF with ball hawk instincts. Fontenot's not saying names yet, expect a full list Monday, but he's hyping this like it's Christmas morning. Why is this a big deal? Because every pick matters. 5 draft selections? Cool. 10 undrafted signings? That's 15 chances to find a diamond. Fontenot's preaching aggression, we've got to attack undrafted free agency the right way, and I'm here for it. Imagine a kid who was snubbed on draft day, burning to prove himself, walking into Flowery Branch and earning a roster spot. That's the Falcons' DNA, grit, heart, and a chip on the shoulder. But here's the question, who's the next Newsel? The next Warner? Drop your predictions in the comments, I'm dying to know who you're betting on. The draft drama, a prank gone wrong. Now, hold up, before we get too cozy dreaming about undrafted heroes, let's talk about the curveball that's got Falcons Nation in a frenzy. Something happened during the draft that's blowing up on X, and it's not about picks or prospects, it's about a phone call that went way off the rails. I teased it up top, and trust me, this one's a doozy. Picture this. Draft night, high stakes, and a young dude connected to Atlanta's coaching staff pulls a prank that spirals into a full-blown controversy. It's got apologies, fan outrage, and a disciplinary decision that's raising eyebrows. Ready for the details? Let's unpack it. Jax Ulbrich, the 21-year-old son of Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, prank-called Cleveland Browns QB Shedeur Sanders during the draft. Yeah, you read that right. Jax somehow got Sanders' draft contact number off an open iPad at his parents' house and decided to mess around. He might have hit up Penn State's Tyler Warren too, but the Sanders call's the one that lit the internet on fire. Jax owned up to it, posting a viral apology on social media. Shedeur, what I did was inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. Oof, talk about eating crow. Here's where it gets messy. Fans initially pointed fingers at Sydney Schoen, the daughter of Giants GM Joe Schoen, after her brother reposted highlights of Ole Miss QB Jackson Dart, who New York drafted at 25. Social media ran wild, accusing Sydney of the prank. X posts were brutal. You need to apologize to Sydney Schoen. Made that girl's life hell for 24 hours. When Jax came clean, the tide turned, fans demanded apologies for Sydney, and the Falcons had to step in. Their call? No punishment for Jeff Ulbrich. Reporter Diana Rossini dropped the news on X. The Atlanta Falcons will not be taking any action against their defensive coordinator. Jax's mistake, not Jeff's. Case closed, right? Not so fast. Fans are split. Some say Jeff should have kept a tighter leash. How does a draft number end up on an iPad? Others back the Falcons. Jeff's a coach, not a babysitter, and Jax owned it. Me? I'm torn. Jeff's trying to turn our defense around. Think 2024, when we jumped from 27th to 18th in points allowed. A distraction like this stings, especially when we're chasing playoff dreams. But punishing Jeff for his kid's dumb move? That's a stretch. Still, it's a black eye for Atlanta's image. Pranks don't scream professional. What do you think? Fair call or soft move? Hit the comments. The emotional hook, why this matters. Falcons fans, this is personal. We've been through the ringer, Super Bowl heartbreak, 7 to 10 seasons, you name it. Undrafted free agency is our shot at hope, the kind of underdog story we live for. And this prank drama? It's a reminder we're human, mistakes happen, but we rise above. I'm picturing you, screaming at the TV when that undrafted rookie sacks Patrick Mahomes, or laughing off this prank when Ulbrich's defense shuts down Tampa Bay. This is our year to rewrite the narrative, grit, guts, and a little chaos. Who's with me? Connecting the dots, from chaos to opportunity. So, how do these stories collide? It's all about redemption and potential. Undrafted free agency is Atlanta's chance to find players with something to prove, guys who got overlooked, like Jax Ulbrich has got to prove he's more than a prankster. Fontenot's hunting for the next Ryan Newsel, a nobody who becomes a somebody. Meanwhile, Jeff Ulbrich is dodging drama to keep our defense climbing, just like those undrafted kids are fighting for a roster spot. Both stories scream Falcons, take a hit, get back up, and seize the moment. Imagine this, an undrafted linebacker, maybe a 6 feet 2 inches bruiser from Fresno State, signs Monday and starts training under Ulbrich. By week 1, he's rotating in, stuffing runs like Jared used to. That's the redemption arc we need, on and off the field. The prank's a hiccup, but it's fuel for Atlanta to show the league we're serious. Fontenot's aggression, Ulbrich's focus, it's all building toward a 2025 where we're not just a wild card hopeful but a division contender. Penix airing it out, a new D-line stud, and Ulbrich's unit locking down? That's the dream. Your call, shape Atlanta's future. So, Falcons Nation, what's the vibe? Who's the almonds pick in undrafted free agency, linebacker, corner, or maybe a dark horse wideout? Should the Falcons have thrown the book at Jeff Ulbrich, or was letting it slide the right move? Drop your takes in the comments, I'm all ears. Fontenot's on the hunt, Ulbrich is in the hot seat, and 2025's ours to take. Smash that like, share this with your crew, and let's keep the fire burning, Atlanta's coming. Go Falcons!